Hello, welcome to Quest for Thunder. I'm Mark. My wife Jean and I are refitting our 1983 Pearson 422, and we're glad you've joined us. If this is your first time visiting Quest for Thunder, please consider subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that you'll receive notification when we upload new content. Lots of stuff coming up, lots of new video and content on the way. So we're glad you're here. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. So again, we're glad you're here. Welcome to Quest for Thunder, and enjoy the video. Thank you. All right, so here we have, I think this is 3 coats of primer on the center cubby on both sides, center cubby. I believe it's 3 coats. I have lost track. Lost count. And then 1 coat of primer on the back of the settee. It's going to be white. And that's the name of that tune. So I've got to wait for this to thoroughly dry before I can paint the final coat. So that's going to be all we're going to do today. We'll prep it and clean it and sand it and get it ready for paint. So here we are with the paint on it. Looks pretty good. Came out pretty good. Down here, 1 coat. This is very blotchy. It's just the first coat. We'll need two or 3 coats also. This wood just really sucks the paint right up. And then I've got to get inside these lower cubbies and get them painted, like I did over here with these. And then I need to do the back of this one. I'll need to take the sheen off of it, take it off, and then paint it. And that'll be that. Someone once asked me, why does it take so long to do the things that you do on the boat? Why does it take, I mean, if you were doing these sort of things in a house, it wouldn't take nearly as long. Why does it take so long on a boat? And well, the answer is complicated. Part of it is that we don't live on the boat. We live someplace else. And so we have to travel out here. When we work, we don't have unlimited time. We have other things to do, and so that takes time. So that's part of it. You can't really devote yourself fully. It's not like you can do this when you're sitting at the house. You finish dinner and get back to the project. You're not there, so that's part of it. The other part of it is that the boats. Every time you do something on a boat, you think, okay, I want to do this one thing. And you start working on that one thing, and it unravels into 4 or 5 different things. I mean, simply painting out these cubbies turned into, okay, well, we're going to paint these cubbies. It'll look nice. And then we're looking at the back, and we're like, well, that's really rough. It doesn't look very good. So we need to figure out a way to cover that. So we try fairing. Well, that's way too hard. That takes too much time. That's too hard. Stinky, makes a lot of dust. We don't want to do that either. So what else can we do? Oh, well, we tried this boards. Oh, yeah, that's great. So then we got to cut them, get them to fit in there. And then we have to figure out a way to secure them. Oh, what are we going to do there? Well, I guess we'll use some construction adhesive. Well, then we got to let it set up. Then we got to caulk it. Then we got to sand them and get them prepped and ready for paint. Yeah, it's not like, oh, just going to slap some paint on that thing today. If you want it to look good, it's a lot of prep. But that's not the only thing. The other thing is you run into situations that you don't anticipate. I'm walking back here to the aft cabin right now because I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're in the after cabin, so we're going to install this new sink and the new faucet and the new shower and all that stuff, and that's all fine and good. So I go to get all the faucet installed, and I go to install the sink, and here's the drain, the overboard. It goes overboard. It's a drain pipe. It hooks into the bottom of the sink. A little different than your household drain, but I'd like you to look inside there. That's what we call calcification. That thing is so calcified that now it's reduced the inner diameter of that hose probably by about 50%. So that can't be used. So now what do I have to do? Well, now I got to take this hose off. I got to disconnect it from down there. I got to take this and figure out what kind of hose it is. I got to take it with me over to West Marine or someplace where they have hose like this, and I have to purchase a length of hose. Then I got to come back and install it, and before I can put the sink in. This is the reason why projects take so much longer on a boat. So that's the answer to the question, why does it take so long, or one of the reasons, one of the answers to the question, why does it take so long to do a boat project? As you can see, that was totally unanticipated, and that's how it is with most things. Let's take the nav station project, for instance. You know, one thing led to another on that. Oh, got to change this, got to modify that. Well, how are we going to attach this so that we can attach the face, so that we can attach the frame? How are we going to modify? What are we going to do? It's just not straightforward. You don't just find the stud and screw something in. You know, you got an overhead that's the deck above you. You've got bulkheads that that hold the water out. You know, and then you're doing something and you realize, oh, gee, the desk isn't going to open properly, so you got to modify the desk. It's little things like that, and that goes on and on and on. I mean, just little things like electrical. You take a light out, and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to take this light out, and I'm going to put a new light in, and you go to put the new light in, and for some reason the light doesn't work anymore. You've hooked up the electrical, everything is the same as it was before, but why suddenly doesn't it work? And you're scratching your head, and you're scratching your head, and you can't figure it out. You have no idea why it doesn't work. And that's the situation. I mean, it's just not straightforward. There's something else going on somewhere down the line that you probably did, that you were unaware of, that's affecting that particular circuit. And that's where we are. So, that's a long answer to a short question, but it's true, and it is exactly the reason why it takes so long to get things done on a boat. There you go. So thanks for watching, and we'll continue working on the settee and the salon area, and the cubbies and the sinks. I get a new hose. We'll get those hooked up. We'll clean out the water tank. We'll get the water back in service. Maybe one of these days soon we'll be out on the boat doing something fun. All right, well, thanks. Got to get back to work.